Part 2, we are back. Pin looks like it's on the front.
We are on the front and the tee's a little bit further forward than it sometimes is.
So
we are 106.
106. So this
uphill,
but into the wind.
Into the wind, and anything spinning is dangerous.
It will not work its way off the pin, will it? It will work its way off the green.
It'll be off green, off fringe, into quite claggy, thick rough.
Oh.
Yeah.
So.
I actually think this is, we've always played the pin sort of up at the back.
We have.
I think this is probably the toughest pin.
Oh, so I'm 2 down. I'm in a spot of bother.
So I'm like dead arms pitching wedge.
Yeah, so you're really trying to take the spin off.
Yeah, if anything, try and draw it a little touch. Just try everything, just to try and sort of deaden it.
Because this wind is going to encourage spin. Usually an amateur's dream, but it's a nightmare for this pin. Great swing, it's just a little right.
There's a friendly there, just one little
oh, and I've zoomed horrendously.
If it's on the fringe, it's okay. If it's in the rough, that could be very fiddly.
And the nastiness of this one is you can't just dump it in the middle and try and spin it back. If it stays there,
oh, it's a nightmare of that.
Rapid.
El Rapido, for you Spanish viewers. ¿Dónde está el biblioteca?
I've got my 46.
Okay, so that is your pitching wedge, isn't it?
Pitching wedge.
Okay, so again, just quiet. Are you doing anything to try and take the spin off it?
I'm going to try and draw it.
Okay.
For the fact we just did a video, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that probably, it might even be on the channel. It probably is on the channel already. So I've been having problems technically and the way I've been seeing them. So rather than doing the practice I said, I'm just going to try it out on the course. So yeah, I'm going to see it like drawing a little.
Just needs to get up, it's a little heavy.
That was the movement, it was just lack of contact.
That's kind of what you were saying, just that quite sheep divot? You've got a sheep divot, Steve.
You see
quite a steep divot, we look at that one.
But that's nowhere near as steep as I have been.
Okay, so it's an improvement.
I just need to do some practice. That actually felt like there's a bit more light at the other end of the tunnel, you know?
Good.
So
that's pleasing.
Yes, but it doesn't really help me here.
So we have got to Steve, he has not quite got enough of the ball, I'm afraid. And now he can't see very much of the ball. Smelly lie.
Didn't really deserve any better, but yeah.
So you're using loft here?
Loft, I'm playing like a bunker shot. Whereas as it's uphill, you don't really usually wouldn't go too high, would you? Because the slope's going to kill it.
Yeah.
I've actually got to fly it a bit further up than I would probably from a good lie. Play what's in front of you. Bit of a nasty lie, that one.
That was pretty smelly, that lie. And it's actually on the PGA Tour, it's a shot they have day in, day out, and you see them making this almighty long swing. We're so not used to it here in the UK. No. I struggle so much in our rough here at Dainton around the greens. Yeah. Because you've got to be so positive.
Like I said, I'm going to play it like a bunker shot, and then I've swung to like here.
Yeah.
Whereas it needed to be.
You watch a Jordan Spieth coming out of that. You watch Tiger in his pom. It would have been up sort of shoulder height, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what you needed.
But it's just I mean, I'd be scared I'd knock it over the back of the green.
Yeah. Just come short with me, mate.
So Steve, really, this is a must.
So, you're right, if you had stayed up in the rough...
Oh, it would have been horrible. I've managed just to come down far enough. I'm pin high, so the distance was good. But yeah, a yard to the right, still and it's tricky.
You know, I'm assuming you will two-putt, but...
This could put some very, very interesting pressure on my putt there. Oh, just not quite enough legs. It's a very good roll. You can have that little bit, buddy.
So Richard, like I say, it's not the length here. If this was a flat putt, we'd be already walking on to the next. but it is easy to hit this one 10 foot by, and then as a consequence it's easy to leave it 6 foot short.
Past the hole, it's on the fringe.
Yeah.
Simple as.
So he's a stellar competitor, so I assume I'm 3 down through 4, but we just have to watch, go through the formalities of it all. So look how much brake he's given it. This is a good tip as well. It's better to give it more brake rather than less, because it allows him to hit it just a bit harder. That needs to stop.
Whacked it. I've utterly whacked it.
This is kind of what we were talking about.
Stop.
It's not going to stop. Wow. 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 I thought that was 2 foot by when you hit it. Oh my gosh. So you see it's actually quite happy with my putt. You've looked very foolish there, and it would.
I could place the ball up past the hole and it'll roll back down.
Yeah. That was a good strategy, right line.
Just gave it an ounce too much.
And we're talking, normally that would have gone 3 foot by. Now he's off the green. Very tough pin. Richard was spot on. Doesn't matter. Oh. Yeah, that one's okay.
Oh wow.
But you see what we were saying about if you're safe and hit it into the middle area here, you can then pot it off the green.
I'm going to have another go at that, Steve, while I'm here.
Good thinking. So we make it to the 4th hole.
We've made it to the 4th hole.
And
we played the 4th hole in different fashions, and now we're on the 5th hole.
So, as I was saying, if you were listening correctly, 5th hole. So we've made it to the 5th hole, Richard.
Yes, we have.
I feel like I won that last hole.
I think if match play ever existed where you could win more than 1 hole at a time, that probably would have been that hole. Have I still got the honour?
It's still your honour.
Oh God.
That feels like such a win for me.
I feel like I feel like I've lost it.
It's such a good match play example how I'm 2 down through 4 holes and kind of feel like I have the momentum.
I definitely don't feel any momentum.
Yes, that's because I have it.
Oh yes.
Thank you for proving my point.
Okay.
So this hole, I reckon downwind, so we're playing it at 390 today.
Yeah.
You can drive it, but you have to go down the right, correct?
Yeah, you do. We always go too far to the left, don't we? But
or I do, you always pretty good.
But the issue is, with it being soft, I just don't think we're quite going to get that forward kick.
So
you get within sort of 50, I reckon.
So you're better off going more direct at the pin?
Still going to wallop it down the right and see what happens.
Oh, Richard, that is such a good ball flight.
As described, isn't it?
And since we have played, you've gone from someone that used to predominantly move the ball from left to right,
yep,
to somebody that
I'm more comfortable drawing the golf ball than I ever have been. I'm still trying probably to cut my irons.
Yeah.
But I have developed feel to try and turn it both ways, yes.
I may, if you don't mind, being the nice guy you are, I might do a quick little video on you talking about what feelings you've used.
I can definitely do that, sir.
I'm really impressed, and I'm not saying you weren't good before.
I was very one-dimensional.
Yeah, but that flight there, it's as if you're a pro.
Oh, why thank you.
So I'm going to aim, I am going to try and, it's like that tree that like sticks out just a tad, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, anything inside the tree line down the right, really, anything down here is great. Oh, it's just ever so slightly too far. If it's drawing on that line, it's great. It's just a bit too far.
Really that good as that?
Should be okay.
That's a silly play because I don't think I'd gain anything by going that tight. I just, like in an event, on a serious note, I'd have gone at the pin.
Yeah.
I don't think it was not, you've got to add up risk versus reward.
Exactly.
This is a YouTube video, and I thought if I hit it on the green, everybody will be like, wow, and give me a like. Just give me a like anyway.
Give him a like for his effort.
Trying is the way, people.
Tiny bit too far down the right, but a few yards closer. But Steve gets to play his in first, which in match play,
we've effectively got the same shot.
Very similar.
I've got 60 and I'm trying to drive it in there just that tad lower with the slope.
Yeah, so with it being a little bit downhill, taking a little bit of loft off it. It's playing nicely. It's a good shot. It's a good leave. It is a little short, but it's a good leave up the hill.
You'd be really happy with maybe 4 or 5 foot closer.
Yeah.
But as a benchmark, onto you, good sir. So, I've set the benchmark, and it's just one. If we were on the flat from this yardage, you would expect to go inside it. It's quite hard playing with the downhill lie versus actually going downhill, and a bit of downhill. No, what do we call it with the wind? The wind doesn't go downhill, does it? It comes from behind.
Does indeed. I've got 63 yards.
63 yards. I think the line is almost. You see where the shadow of the flag is?
Yeah, I like that.
That's kind of the line, isn't it? Because it will break once it hits the green.
I've got 60 as well. My little hip height 55 sort of, my hip height sand wedge swing goes about 55 yards.
Okay.
So I'm thinking because I'm downhill, I'm going to present that sort of lob.
Yeah, good thinking.
That's what I'm going with.
Good thinking, bad man. Oh, let's come out soft. Come out the top of it.
Yeah. Good. More meaty needed.
More meat needed, but there's now loads of meat on that further out of that.
You better just take the flag out.
I'll get it if it's going. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about that, my friend. And I'll state on camera, I will not give you a penalty. This is on me. Yeah, good.
That is a misread.
It's a good putt though.
Can't see it going that way. Sure, from there you probably can. Steve's is half the distance, so whether it will move remains to be seen. But this is a chance. Chance to claw one back. It did. Mine went that way a long way.
I'm going to go straight. I think the way my shot came in, I think it's worked its way in underneath.
We'll never know. That's good. And mine is good as well. Thank you, Steve.
It's only for bash it through. Damn, that's an awful putt. Just wasn't too sure of the line.
No.
It's right on, pretty straight up, I think. And it was on line. Damn. Damn you. So I almost feel like I squandered that momentum, or that feeling of momentum.
That was a chance for you, yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm just 2 down through 5 holes.
Yeah.
So we're playing, this whole tees are up a little bit, but we're playing into a very stiff wind.
Yeah, so from here I'd imagine the bunker's probably 220. So I reckon we could take that on, really.
Yeah, I got three with that.
Oh, have you? Oh, okay.
Because I feel like I'm not going to take it on.
Okay.
It's so easy on this sort of go through the fairway and into those trees.
Yes. Thanks for that, Steve.
Well, I was about to say, you've done it the other 3 times we've done this. I think you have done that, so.
Not today.
So anyway, you'll be 75% doing that or 100%. Bear with. Oh, 75%. That's a great flight.
Thank you.
Such a good flight.
Thanks, buddy.
It's as well as I've seen you drive the ball, Richard.
Thanks, bud. Yeah, it feels good. I've tinkered around with my settings a little bit and...
feels good to be me right now.
But again, match play, Steve, I would like to think, will be hitting his second shot first.
Okay.
If he hits his 3-wood past me, then I may give up. But that is a stiff breeze. That's a nice little drawing flight starting at the right, up here, coming back beautifully into the centre.
Yeah, kind of as described.
It's nicely done.
Oh, it could be 30, 40 behind you though, it'd be interesting.
So we've got up here, Steve has got a yardage.
151.
It's 151 and it is uphill and it is into the teeth. The only issue is that slightly, again, roughy flyer type lie.
I've got 7 iron.
I've got 7, yeah, just controlled.
Yeah, you're going to make a really small swing, so there shouldn't be any real speed in there to actually create the flyer.
Okay.
Not ideal. Wouldn't work in the summer because it wouldn't stop, but I think it's stopped.
Yeah.
Kind of aiming in between the pin and the bunker.
Let's say score a goal between the pin and the bunker. Played it nicely, it's just whether it's got legs.
Go!
Are we up?
No.
What, short of green or just on that little front portion?
Short of the green, but like in that apron.
Oh, okay, okay.
Probably
so
not the worst, but if the pin is on the front, it's chippable in a ball.
Yeah.
Pins
better than being past the pin, that's for sure.
Richard, how far?
138.
138. Real good drive if you look back. You know, took the bunker on, took the tight lie, opens this pin up, so you can go straight at it.
So that's 138. I'm playing uphill sort of. I factor it in stages, so I'm going lie is not going to affect it. That's the first thing. Then looking uphill, probably close to 10. So that's up to 148. And then breeze, I'd say, is almost sort of 15 yards, or 48, 158, 60. My 7 iron is a 170 club, so yeah. I'm kind of
it's a smooth one.
Smooth with that, I think.
Yeah, it's just if you try and it's a smooth 7 or whack an 8. You whack an 8 and it stalls. You then land 10 yards short of mine and work your way back down the hill. So it's got to be that club with that swing. Held it off. Nice 3/4 swing. Come on, camera. Middle of the green?
Maybe a little long.
Yeah.
Nice strike, nice shot though. Controlled.
Yeah. Very good.
So as suspected, Steve is just shy of the green, but the pin is only just on the front. Difficult to see from here, but there is a little sort of tier just in front.
I have to say, if I can get this into gimme range.
Mine has gone past the pin.
This is tricky. I think this is the easier place to be.
Okay, well, we shall see.
Oh, I've missed it on line, you silly boy.
That. Steve is now in the way, but his golf ball is over to the left slightly. That's not a good miss.
That's such...
That's mental, isn't it, more than anything?
If I was chatting with you, I didn't really...
Yeah.
It slopes.
Got to be short. Short and left is fine. Pin eye or past pin eye and left.
Just got, there's a good coaching tip there that when you're chipping, gravity and all of those things in the world, they do still exist, so the ball will break.
Top tip, everybody.
I'm chipping, everything is straight. I'm going forwards. So, that is lack of concentration / talking too much. There's break there. I'm now here. Rich is straight downhill, straight downwind, and there is a ledge, I would say. Rich literally has a 2-foot window past the hole, and then I think it's going to do what it did on the par 3. I've got a slippery, horrible one, and I've only got myself to blame, but I can still get myself out of this little jam that I've created. Just got to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
It had to be the miss.
It had to be.
The hole.
I just said that on the camera.
It's not a nice miss.
So that
can't be the other miss.
That could be still for the that could be for the win, slash if you miss it, I then win. That's it now.
That was, yeah, I just didn't know what to do with it. Perfect paced putt needed. I just didn't quite hit it hard enough. But anything past that and it is off the front of the green. There's some smelly pins today. Someone has annoyed the greenkeepers. So again, this is depending on pace completely. I mean, you could give this 2-3 inches of break, or you could hit it left lip and whack, but it's a definite break left to right. Oh, it's just short of pace. The line's there.
Reed was good.
Reed was very good. So you've given it, yeah, probably 6 inches of break. Wowzers. Right. I kind of wanted you to roll yours so I could be positive and whack mine in.
My putt would have been a lot easier, again, if you had already had yours given.
Wow. Okay.
So this is to go to 3. But I still, in the back of my mind, feel like I could be going to the next hole 1 down. We know Tiger would go boom.
Just putt it in. I've got the line.
Just tap it in. Tap, tap, taparoo. Oh, Richard. Oh, Richard.
Oh.
Oh no. The thing is, like, again, these pins, they're green savers, so the greenkeepers put them forwards, but they are on some slopes.
Oh wow.
Richard's looked silly twice, and I can assure you that was hard.
The problem is I've played a dead weight line.
Yeah.
I've not hit a dead weight putt.
You did it quite hard. I thought it was quite brave until it got like halfway to the hole. I thought, no, that's not brave.
That's not brave. That's idiotic.
It's just one of these, isn't it, that you did everything you could to not putt your first one down here, when better to do it first time than second time. Go in your end, go in your end. Oh, Richard. Oh. Oh. And it is one of those. If I had held mine, you would have just tapped yours straight in. But yeah, nasty little pins. That make you feel any better?